And today we're going to be talking about exactly what you need, all the gear that you're going to need to start scanning and developing at home. Let's get into it. There's probably a lot of you out there who probably have no idea how to get started and what to do, what gear to get. Initially, when I got into film photography, all I wanted was just film. I just wanted the film look. I didn't care for developing it myself. I didn't care for scanning it myself. But when I looked into how much it costs to get just a single roll scanned and developed, I quickly changed my mind, because film is a commitment. That is something a lot of people don't realize. It is a commitment. There's no point in picking up a camera and just shooting 1 or 2 rolls and then letting that camera just collect dust, and then there's no point. If you're going to get into film, get into film. And if you don't have a ton of money to spend on getting it sent to the lab, here's a comprehensive list of things that you need to develop and scan your own film at home. So obviously the first thing that you need is a camera. It could be a point and shoot, a SLR, a rangefinder, whatever. In my opinion, if you're looking for the easiest option, just get a point and shoot. They're generally the cheapest. But if you're looking for an SLR, then I would recommend something like the Canon A1, the Pentax K1000, the AE1, just literally any SLR will get you what you want. You might need some lenses with that. I would recommend a 35mm lens. It is the most versatile focal length, in my opinion. There's a reason why most people suggest the 35mm focal length as a beginner, as when you first get started. A lot of film cameras come with they usually come with a kit lens, which is usually a 50mm, which is also really good. You're going to need some batteries for that camera. Find out if your camera needs batteries and get the appropriate batteries. Secondly, film. This is what you should be spending most of your money on. Save money for film. I like to think of my camera as a gun, and because you say, here you go, let's go out shooting. So the film is like the ammo, like the bullets to the gun. Yeah. So without any film, you're not going to be able to shoot. As simple as that. This is where the majority of your money should be going towards, the film. Not necessarily the camera body, the film, okay? The more film you have, the more opportunity, meaning the more opportunities you're going to get to shoot, meaning the more practice you're going to get, meaning the better you're going to get. Number 3, the developing kit. And this is a long one. You're going to need developing chemicals. For my color film, I use the Tetanal C41 processing kit. I've got the 2.5 litre kit. For my black and white, at the moment I'm using Kodak HC110. Then you're going to need somewhere to store your chemicals. So I use these brown glass bottles that I found online. These are 1 litre glass bottles because I've made 1 litre working solutions out of my C41 Tetanal color processing kit. Then you're going to need some measuring beakers. You're going to also need a thermometer. You're going to need a squeegee. Then you're going to need a pair of scissors, a film canister opener. I use this rubbish bottle opener, but a bottle opener will work just fine. You're going to need some gloves. When you're developing the chemicals, you don't want that getting on your skin, so get yourself a box of gloves. Then you're going to need a development tank as well, and you're also going to need some film reels as well. The good thing about developing kits is that you can get them from Patterson. Patterson sell a whole set, so minus the chemicals and minus the glass bottles. You'll also need a changing bag. If you don't have anywhere that you could turn into a dark room, you're going to need a changing bag. I use a changing bag. This just means that I can load my developing tank absolutely anywhere. I can watch TV whilst I do it. You're going to need to understand that you're going to use up a lot of water. Developing requires a lot of water, so just bear that in mind. I've come up with my own way of sort of reducing the amount of water I use. If you guys want to see how I develop my color film, leave a comment down below and I'll do it. I'll probably do it anyway. So now that you've got your camera, you've shot your film, you've developed it, now you're going to need a digital copy of your film so that you can post to Instagram and get all those juicy likes. You're going to need some scanning equipment. So you're going to need a scanner. Then you're going to need a rocket blower to blow off all that pesky dust off of your precious negatives. I also use a microfiber cloth to wipe the scanner clean. An optional extra is also a brush. Some people also like to brush their negatives as well. You're going to need some film sleeves because once you're done scanning, you're going to need to store your negatives. Take care of your negatives. These things will last a lifetime. You never know that later down the line you want to print them, and so you're going to need the negatives. So also you're going to need a folder to keep your film sleeves and all your film negatives. And lastly, you're going to need a hard drive to store all your digital scans, and you're going to need 2 of them. Always have a backup. I have learned the hard way. I had a hard drive which broke down on me. The cost of recovering a hard drive is obscene. It is ridiculous. I think it starts at something around like £600. You're way better off just buying several backups than having to pay for a recovery, and that's if they can recover it. There's no guarantees with hard drive recoveries, so just be safe. It's better to be safe than sorry, and get a backup hard drive. Some of these things are one-off purchases, and some of the other things are recurring purchases, so you're going to have to keep on replenishing them. The first one obviously is the film. You're going to have to keep constantly be buying new film, and then secondly is the developing chemicals. So the black and white developer is one shot. Each time you use it, you have to tip it out and get rid of it. Whereas for the color developing kit, it is reusable, but it develops, I think, around 40 rolls per kit. After around 40 rolls, you're going to have to replace the entire kit and get some more new chemicals, some fresh chemicals. The scanners, all the equipment that I use are just recommendations. You don't have to go for them. There are different kinds out there. You know, there are different brands. These are just the ones that I first came across, and they all got good reviews. And for me, I've got really good results from them so far. I haven't had any reason to sort of change, so that's why I thought I'd recommend them to you guys as well. And also, in terms of the chemical storage, I wouldn't recommend going for this accordion style bottles, because I've just read that they can become prone to sort of getting holes. You know, over time they sort of wear out, and that, you know, you just don't want your chemicals leaking out everywhere. It's just not a good idea. So yeah guys, so that's everything you need. When I first got into film, I wasn't really made aware of how much it costs to get it done in a lab. So even though it might seem like these initial costs, you know, in total, obviously, you know, when you first get it, it does seem like, oh, that's a lot of money, like the scanner, the developing kit, the chemicals, you know, it's a few £100 there, £300-400 in total. In the end, you end up saving a ton of money. It still costs money. Like, film is not cheap regardless. There's no getting away from it. Film is an expensive hobby or you know, an expensive pursuit. But by doing it at home, by scanning and developing at home, you save yourself hundreds and hundreds of pounds a year, you know, depending on how often you shoot. And if you want to get good at film photography, if you want to get good at photography at all, you're going to have to shoot a lot. You know, for me, if I don't shoot at least one roll a week, I feel like I've let myself down. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram at Zain Shoots Film. Check out my portfolio at zainreasons.com. This channel's growing slowly but surely, and I appreciate all the support, love all your comments. I reply to all of them. Keep learning, keep shooting, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.